Welcome to the Honeypot's Grave, the internet's premier internet commentary podcast. I'm Quinn.
And I'm Captain. This week, asterisk, we watched Beyond Beyond.
It was a YouTube movie. Oh boy.
That's how you know the quality is going to be high for this episode.
So movie starts out, mom dies immediately.
Yeah, there's like that telltale like movie sickness where it's just like oblivious coughing and like failing to stand up. And
yeah.
Just like in the first 4 scenes, she's already just like insta dead.
And the angel of death comes and snatches her up. So then.
But he leaves behind a big old feather because, ooh, spooky birds.
The dad and the son. Oh yeah, everyone's bunnies also. Forgot to mention that. The dad and the son are like, well, guess we gotta hide from the angel of death. So they go and live on a boat.
Because the angel of death, as we all know, is allergic to water.
Yeah. Classic folklore mythology
That's
shit.
classic folklore. You know how fucking Dracula gets stabbed with a stake and he dies immediately?
This is on the same level.
This is on the same level, except worse.
No, it's on the same exact level. Everyone knows the angel of
death. Is it as bad as
like
Frankenstein's
water.
monster hating fire?
Frankenstein's monster hates fire?
Yeah, bro, he don't like it.
I mean, he did get killed by the angry mob with fire, but I was just like, well, I mean, fire would kill most things, wouldn't it?
Well, a wooden stake through the heart would kill most things as well, but...
Yeah,
I guess being specific is just...
Is there any evidence that you have to stake Dracula through the heart to kill him? Because, like, is there any evidence that Dracula is actually a vampire?
Like, have you just tried asking him really nicely to die?
Maybe he just doesn't like garlic.
Maybe he's just, like, got an allergic reaction.
Maybe he drinks...
There's no explanation for why he can't show up in mirrors, though.
Maybe he drinks blood to cope.
Anyways, where was we? The movie, right. Anyways, they're on a big old fucking boat. And it's, like, it's real nice. You should have been there.
First thing you'll notice watching this is that the voice acting is not good.
It's voice acting from, like, a kindergarten school play. It's that bad.
Yeah, it's really flat and boring to listen to.
Mm-hmm. It's like if the children's book was adapted to a movie, and then they just forgot that they're supposed to have emotions in their voices.
Yeah.
And, like, actually use apostrophes.
It's not ideal. Second thing you'll notice is that the animation is not bad, really. I mean, it's bad, but it's not awful. It just doesn't fit the tone of the movie at all.
True. Yeah. It feels like it's trying to reference something that I don't know. What's next? They're on the ship. There's, like, a little bit where the ship has, like, a big old hole in it, and they're like, oh man, we gotta fix this. Hand me one nut. So they took a big old metal plate, and they just, like, put some, like, screws and shit in it, and they're like, okay, hand me the one nut. And then... Fuck, I don't know how to explain this. That's just how bad it is.
Also, we watched it, like, a whole week ago.
Yeah, our memory is not...
we took notes, but it's been a whole week, so...
I don't know where I put the notes. Wait, shit, I think I realized.
Idiot.
Ah, shit.
Bear with us here, it's been a whole entire week.
It's been quite some time. Oh, yeah, I found him. There was...
Well, don't read them out.
No.
Don't read
Anyway,
them
speaking of the animation style, they all have human teeth.
Yeah, the human teeth are gross.
They have human teeth. They can come into my house and bite me, just like Dracula, and that'll turn into one of them.
So then the dad gets on the radio, and he starts talking to this guy named Bill, and he's like, "The radio's only for emergencies." And he's like, "You know."
Bill has this voice that's sort of like, you know, Detective Heart of America? He's sort of like the chief from that. He's the chief from Detective Heart of America.
Sort of. Maybe.
It's very similar.
It's been a week. I don't remember.
Jesus.
So what else happened in this movie? Who knows?
Well, me looking at the list of things that we noticed, the guy on the radio, Bill, he just does like a shit ton of exposition dumping.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the Angel of Death don't like water.
I mean, he's
he
called
takes
the
people
Feather
to this
King,
big old.
So that's like something we should note. I
Yeah,
guess, but...
the Angel of Death is called the Feather King. He takes people to the city, town, place of death, which is incisively called the Kingdom of the Feather King. Which, that's a bit entitled, don't you think? Like, you couldn't have called it like the city of people that have died and shit.
He didn't pick the name, did he?
Oh yeah,
Remember
he's being bossed around by their version of God, which right now isn't title dropped yet. Isn't title dropped yet, so we don't know their name yet. But we know that he's following some orders from like some religious whatever.
Tomorrow, they name drop.
Fucking spoiler alert! God.
They name drop the God at this point.
Yeah, fine. And basically,
it's a bunch of tentacles.
There's more exposition, like blah blah blah. Oh hey, by the way, here's the entire world's backstory, just in case you wanted to know. Then the whole one nut scene happens, and then they're just like, fuck, well, we're running out of things to fix the ship with. I guess I'll go on land and get some more. Stay here. Remember, radio's only for emergencies. And also, if the ship goes down, then I guess you're just fucked. Yeah. And so the dad leaves on the only rowboat they have to go get more shit. And then, for some ungodly reason, the rabbit child decides, hey, you know how he said the radio isn't a toy and is supposed to be used only for emergencies?
No, he uses
what if I use it as a toy? No, what if I use it as a toy? No, like, he goes over to press the button, and then Bill, the radio man, just, like, fucking screams out SOS really fucking loud. It hurt my ears. No, thank you.
He didn't use it. He heard Bill on the radio, and he was like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. God.
He didn't push the radio button until that point when he heard Bill on the radio. You were saying you were saying, like, you know how the dad said don't use it as a toy? He uses it as a toy. He doesn't do that.
I never said that.
He uses it as intended.
I said...
You did say that.
I did not.
You just said that with your fucking mouth. You fucking... I'm gonna kill you. You just said that. You were just saying that. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm really gonna kill this man.
Okay, wait.
Anyways.
Oh, there's also a scene where the rabbit boy puts his face up to the radio speaker, even though his ears are on the top of his head because he's a goddamn rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, no.
Yeah.
Also, in the notes section, I can't help but notice that I said, Bill is sick as fuck, and then 3 lines later I said, Bill sucks ass. Because he's fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the little rabbit boy, I think his name starts with an E. Isn't it a bit weird that we don't know the name of the main character?
Maybe it's because the movie was not good.
No, I think it's because we watched the movie a week ago.
Maybe it's because we watched a bad movie a week ago.
Maybe it's because it's both.
Maybe so.
Also, what happened next? Oh yeah, they sail over to Bill's big old house, which is sort of like, it's a shit ton of wood that's just like cobbled together, and then there's a house on top. and he's
It's
being
an
chased
ugly
around by
house.
like, it's very ugly. It's like Minecraft first house ugly, except worse.
He's getting chased around by little minions.
They're not yellow though this time. They're blue.
No, they're yellow.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I colorblind or some shit? What the fuck?
No, yeah, they're yellow.
It's epic. Could have fucking sworn they were blue, but epic colorblind in this moment. Anyways, he's getting chased around by these little dipshits, and then he's like hitting him off with a broom, and I don't know why, but he decides the one thing that's gonna get him out of the situation is building more of his shitty fucking house. So like he's going on to like the tippy top summit of the house, and then he just like takes a shit ton of wood and just sort of like, you know that one bit in
Does,
SpongeBob
like-
where he's like he hammers the fucking wood together to make a really long land sky bridge,
Does
and
that,
then like the
basically.
bits of wood start falling off, sort of cartoon style. He does that basically, but instead of it being actually funny, he just uses it as a diving board
Mhm.
onto the ship, and then they fucking run away, and it's real cool. And one of the fucking minion boys just like gets stuck to him, and the
Did you say
rabbit
it's
has to
really
beat it off with a
cool?
broom. It's really not cool.
You said it's really cool.
Don't remember saying that, but that might just be the memory problems kicking in. Yeehaw!
It's really cool.
It's really cool. You should watch this movie for $4.
It's free.
It's free, but you should watch it for $4.
But it's free.
pay the people who made this movie for creating something so
Don't.
great, and culturally significant.
Don't pay them.
Capitalist rights.
Um,
What's next? Fuck. We have no idea what happens next, huh? Anyways.
Oh yeah.
Oh right, now I remembered they travel to a big old swamp, I think.
No! No, they don't.
Shit, really?
Anyways, then the Angel of Death comes for the
Bill.
and he gets his ticket to like be killed, and then Bill's like, I'm going to give this ticket to this child.
Yeah, because like the child wants the ticket so that they can see their dead mom, and is like, wait, give me the ticket so I can see my dead mom and like not get over her death at an early age. And he's like, well, okay, cool, take it.
Yeah.
And then they take it and is like, okay, well, you have the ticket now, I guess. I'll take you to hell. And then takes him to hell. They just like fucking slam him into the water.
No, the boat sinks and he drowns.
Oh, same thing.
And then he gets to like,
he personally sank the boat by sheer anger alone.
and then he gets to like the
Near
river
the
Styx,
bottom of the
basically.
water, it just like he just fucking teleports into the gamer zone.
Yeah. And then he's at like the boat of death.
Oh yeah, there's like a big old pier with like a shit ton of people just like in a big old single file line, and then at the end of the line there's a big old boat, sort of
Exactly.
like the ferry from Greek mythology, except
Yeah.
instead of a cool skeleton that has you pay $2,
It's a frog.
it's a big old frog named the Captain,
Yep.
trademark, that takes tickets. Which they're not actually like tickets like ones that you get for a movie. They're more like feathers or scales,
I think there's scales.
dragon scales. Do you remember that one show?
Yeah. Vaguely.
It's that.
Uh,
Anyways, the Captain is one of the only characters in this entire film that
Captain
is
one
not
of
a
the
rabbit.
Only characters.
There's also the aforementioned Bill, who I think is supposed to be a dog, but at first he just sort of looked like a big old hairball.
The Feather
And
King
then
also, and
The Feather King
dog.
is sort of like a mix between bunny and bird, because he has wings and like weird bird talons, but then he
Yeah.
also has bunny ears and a bunny face.
Yeah.
There's
Just been a
also-
big cool bird.
Yeah, he could have been a really cool bird, but no. It's Bonnie. And then there's the aforementioned god, which is some tentacles.
Just a bunch of
Which is
tentacles.
real spooky. Do not like that.
I mean, it's cool.
This movie's cool.
I like that the god has a bunch of tentacles.
Yeah, sort of that sort of a squid vibe.
Mm-hmm. Um, so the
Anyways, they're on
child
the
gets
captain's
on
bill
the
boat.
boat, and the captain's like, "This isn't your ticket, so you're just gonna have to like stay here in this, like,
Desolate wasteland.
yeah." And the kid sneaks on the boat.
Because of course he does.
Um,
Oh, and I see here in my notes that one of the things that the captain says is, and I quote, "Don't get fresh with me, young man."
oh yeah.
Which, I'm gonna start using that in real life. I say that a lot and then I never do it, but this I'm actually gonna fucking do it. Whenever someone's being rude, don't get fresh with me. Yeah.
Don't get fresh with me, young man. Lol. So yeah, all that we just said happens. That all happens if you can't.
And then eventually the boat gets on over to the kingdom of the Feather King.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really big. And it's sort of like Bill's
Ugly.
shitty wooden house, but not shitty.
And ugly.
Yeah, it's
Well,
actually
it's
really
shitty.
cool. It's good looking for the sort of movie that it's in. Like, I would say that it's pretty shitty in a regular movie, but for this movie, it actually looks pretty damn good. Sort of perspective,
And then,
you know? Seeing something good in a bad place is blue.
Oh, and then the captain finds the child, and he's like, "You can't." She's like, "You can't fucking be here." And then the Feather King shows up, and he's like, "You can't fucking be here." And he's like, "No, but I want to be here so I can save my mom." And they're like, "No."
And they're like, no, there's strict rules you gotta follow. This isn't like the land you were in before where you could just do whatever and anarchy supremely ruled. No, you gotta follow the rules. And then he's like, what if I didn't follow the rules? And they're like, yeah, okay, fine. I'm gonna take you to the god now so you can yell at her.
I mean, what he says is, "I don't believe in God."
True!
So, like, okay. If you say so.
No, I think that was later when
No, it was right
something
then.
happened. Really?
Yeah. And then they
I
go
thought it
and
was
take
like
him to
after
see. They go and take him to see God.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely was, because I remember them going to, like, the dead mom's house first. Anyways, speaking of the dead mom's house, her house is a house.
It's like a regular ass house.
But one of the things there is that she has a wall that is entirely made out of glass bottles. Because apparently this child has been writing in bottles and just fucking yeeting them into the sea. And
Yeah, we neglected to mention
I do remember that there was indeed a point when we were watching the movie where we saw a bottle just like fucking sink like a rock. And
Yeah.
you got really mad at that, didn't you? Like you were like absolutely
I
fucking
got
furious.
mad when he took the boat away and he's like, "Oh, I'll leave my father a note," and he
Oh yeah, because like he just
wrote
leaves
the
it on a
note.
buoy.
No, he just left it in the water and then drove away, as if the note wouldn't like get carried away by the water.
Yeah, fucking oceanic currents. Never heard of him.
Didn't like. I got really mad.
Yeah, you were fucking like absolutely furious.
I was really fucking mad about that, huh?
Anyways, big old bottle wall. It looks pretty tacky, honestly, and I think it actually like goes through the wall, so it's sort of like a green tinted window.
Yeah.
But also, she does keep like every single letter that he has ever wrote to her, which I guess is like that's the sad bit of them. That's the part of the movie that's supposed to like get you to cry.
No. It's supposed
Apparently,
to be, like,
I feel like that was
the
their
child
intention,
was
and then like it didn't happen. They were like, "Well, can't write this shit out."
Yeah. I guess. This movie sucked.
Yeah, this movie wasn't that good. Anyways, after Bill heard that the rabbit child didn't believe in God, he was like, "Hey, what if I didn't believe in Mira either?" And so what he does is he takes the Feather King, puts him in a big old box, and then just sort of like kicks him over to the side. And it's like, "Well, I guess I rule the Earth now. Cool." Uh,
Yeah, he just like becomes God.
Yeah, he
Basically.
basically just like becomes the ambassador, and he's like, okay, now I get to decide who comes in and out of hell. So what he does is he just takes like a shit ton of tickets, which at this point are revealed to actually be the scales of the god that I can't remember the name of. Is it Mira? Is I feel like I'm remembering that wrong, but I don't know enough about this movie to actually dispute against myself. Uh, Anyways, he just sort of like fucking rips the skin off the tentacles and just like those are the tickets apparently. And so he
Yeah.
just like goes up to the regular world and he starts handing them out just like party invitations. Like, okay, what if we just like invited everyone to the underworld and we had like a big old fucking party?
Yeah,
And
his
so they get
idea
like a
was
fucking marching band, they get some clowns, they like get some sword swallowers because those are people that you have at a party for some reason.
yeah. Uh,
I think
and then he makes the underworld hell dimension like a fun place to be.
wow, everyone is happy. Just kidding, it's miserable. He does like this whole party reveal, like, and he does it on this sort of like little shitty stage. Like, it's the size of my desk, except way smaller. And it's like in this tiny alleyway. Like, like imagine a New York street and then divide that by 2. That's how much space they have.
Yeah.
There's also
And then
a bit where like they have a gigantic gift box and then like they pull the top off the box and like suddenly it's the main character's dad. Like, oh shit, I thought you were lost at sea because you were trying to get us materials for our ship that sank. And he's like, well, no, I guess I'm here now because this fucker killed me. And so the entire family is reunited again. Yahoo! But then, the god gets angry because this dipshit Bill has been ripping its skin off, and they're like, don't like that. So
that's a legitimate
the
thing
god
to be angry
just
about.
like fucking the god just like crawls out of its hellhole and just decides to fuck shit up. Like there's intense flooding, like there's people's houses getting fucking ripped apart.
Yeah.
It's just like then they cut for no reason to a big ol' line in front of where the god's hellhole usually is, and it's just like people asking Bill to get tickets for like other family members so that they can meet up and shit. He's like, hey Bill, can you like get my brother and like my cousin and my aunt and my second cousin 14 times removed? And he's like, yeah, okay. And then he just like dives down, gets the tickets, etc., etc. And then the main character is like, oh fucking maybe don't do that, guys. Like, what if we fucking mess up the order of things? And Bill's like, nah.
And I mean,
Nah.
this is the kid who was like, I don't believe in God.
Yeah, true. Like, you kind of started this domino effect, kid, just because you wanted to see your dead mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So,
not gonna lie, Chief, this is your entire fault.
the family
also-
goes onto the boat with the captain, and the captain's like, this boat won't make it. And they're like, oh, we're boat experts, so they fix the boat so it can make it. And then
They try and, like, escape from the city so that the death tentacles don't get them. And then the tentacles get them, because I guess God lives inside the planet and can just, like, spring up wherever.
yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that the Feather King dies.
Oh yeah, the Feather King does die because he does get pushed into a pool of water and he just fucking disintegrates like the Wicked Witch of the West. There's also another thing that I'm forgetting, which is the Feather King, right before he dies, gives the main character kid like a little tiny minion boy, and then it's like, alrighty, he'll take care of this, make sure nothing bad happens to it ever. And so they just sort of like take that in as their child or whatever or something.
Yeah.
So
then they're
at
on
this
the
point,
boat.
they're on the big old boat and they're like escaping from the city. Oh, guys, we're gonna make it! And then the tentacles just like emerge from the open sea, and with total precision, they lasso the entire damn boat. And they're basically just like Titanicing this shit. It's like, you know? And eventually they like jump out of the boat and they're like, oh shit, guys, we might not make it. And so they get up to this gigantic wooden staircase, which is referred to as the exit, which, cool.
And then, man, I don't like this movie.
Oh yeah, they're gonna like fucking escape on the staircase, but then they realize, well, shit, the gigantic tentacles just like fucking ripped it in half. And for some reason, the mother character, for some reason, can't even like go near the exit because I don't know.
I mean, she's meant to be there, I guess.
I mean, I guess, but it's really contrived and not that good.
I mean, she is dead.
I mean, yeah, but also, this is a movie for children, so no one can really die.
Yeah.
Fucking epic. Totally wrecked.
So...
It was another thing.
So, Belle tries to go with the thing. Tentacles smash it. The child, I guess, realizes that the tentacles are just trying to get their little scales back. So he gives them the scales back.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little minion they had turns into the Feather King. And then...
Oh yeah, there's a little nasty scene where they just like fucking hook up a bike pump to him and they just fucking go ham on the weird little minion thing, and eventually it turns into the Feather King.
Yeah.
And it's really disgusting, and I'm not sure why we're telling you this in full detail.
It's like that scene from Monster, or no, Space Jam.
Oh yeah, it's that, but worse.
It's like that, but yeah.
It's worse.
Not worse.
It's a somewhat equal level of pain.
I mean, it's not good. So then what fucking happens?
I think they realize that they're probably like never gonna get out of here, and so the Feather King is like, okay, what if I just made like a shit ton of weird little minion guys, and I just had them build a big old staircase, and then they turned into stairs, and the staircase is pretty damn high, and also there's like a big old line of people that are just like trying to climb up it. So I'm just thinking, how like strong are those weird little minion guys to like not only hold up the entire weight of the staircase,
not even, like,
and also all the people walking up it.
Not even like show any signs of being weak.
Yeah, like as soon as they hold the stairs, they just like become part of the level geometry, and they just like fucking stick to their place like glue.
It's pretty.
They just like turn into concrete.
So then everyone goes up the stairs, but the mom can't go up the stairs because she belongs there. And then the dad and the son go up the stairs. The movie ends, I guess.
The movie ends.
The movie ends.
So, final thoughts on this. I feel like this movie could have been made a lot better if it was made by people that were actually, like,
good,
competent.
Competent, yeah.
And, like, you know, if Disney is gonna make a live-action remake of anything, remake this.
But not live action.
Yeah, but like, don't make it live action, please, because we do not need a live action version of the fucking Feather King being brought back to life.
We really do not.
Also, characters. Here's how you improve the characters. Number one, make
Give
it
them
so
a
that
personality.
yeah, give them a personality. Because like the only person that has a personality in this whole film
no
is
one.
maybe the captain, but even then, not really. 'Cause,
No.
like, not really. It's like if you took a hint of a personality, and you drop that in with like 1 part personality bit and 100 parts water, and just sort of stirred it up a shit ton, then that would be the personality that the captain gets. Is 1 drop of that.
Yeah.
Like technically it counts, but it really doesn't.
If you want to watch this movie, it's free on YouTube, but like I don't know why you would.
I mean,
unless you're making
I
a
feel
bad
like
movie podcast.
Oh wait. Like this is the sort of movie that you just sort of watch with friends, and then you just like talk about how fucking bad it is.
Well, I mean that's all of
Sort
the
of.
movies that we've watched.
I mean, yeah, but like some of these are irredeemable, like G-Force and Planet 51. Like those were so bad that we had to transition back to our old style of actually making a podcast.
I don't know if they were that bad. I think maybe.
Oh, what about the iCarly movie where it was like so unbearably mediocre that we couldn't even do anything about it, and it just got turned into a Patreon episode?
Well, you could still watch that with friends.
I mean, yeah, but not gonna be able to make much fun out of it.
We did do that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Don't watch this movie.
Honestly, get a bunch of friends together, get some popcorn, and then watch a movie that's better than this one.
Thanks
or
for
just
listening.
like play a fucking video game. Yes, please join our Discord, eat our Patreon, have a good night's sleep. Remember to drink water.
Yeah.
Message from our sponsors. Yes!
What?
Oh, also, one thing I want to talk about this movie, all the voice actors are like real voice actors that have been in better projects than this.
We forgot
like
to
Tim
mention
Warburton.
Patrick Warburton is the Feather King.
I think
Kronk
that's literally the only one that I remember, is that Kronk is the Feather King. There was also someone else named Emily, I think, that was one of the characters, but the only thing you need to know is that Kronk is in this movie, and that's the only reason you should watch it.
No, there's no reasons to watch it.
Shut up.
Need I remind you, Kronk was also in a B-movie.
He should have a reputation for being in not-so-good movies, and then also the fucking Kronk bits. Also, wasn't he in, like, wasn't he Lemony Snicket in that new Netflix original special thing?
I think so.
I definitely know so, because I've seen it before, and I know, hey, that's Kronk. He voices a lot of things, actually. Maybe it's because he's a voice actor.
Yeah. Well,
anyways, tune in next time where we don't have a plan.
Yeah. See ya.
We don't plan these things. See ya.